You gotta love when Fox gets the script flipped on it and the propaganda comes right back to strike him in the face. Shout out to Democratic Congressmember Jared Moskowitz, who went on Jesse Waters and basically was taunting Waters and Fox, but he did it quite elegantly. I want you to watch what happens as Jesse Waters and Fox tries to spread the lies that, the Biden administration and others were spending $50 million for condoms in Gaza, giving $50 million to Hamas, which is totally and utterly false. Congressmember Jared Moskowitz points out, you're talking about, first off, Mozambique, number one. And second, this was a Trump policy. This existed in the Trump administration in 2018 and 2019, to which then Jesse Waters scrambles like, well, Donald Trump was way too busy to know about that. Here, play this clip.
We sent condoms and contraceptives to Mozambique in 2019 during the Trump administration, right? USAID was doing that stuff then too. So this has been going on for a long time. Democrats and Republicans share this responsibility. You're right about that in Congress.
Yeah.
But this is our moment. This is our moment. This is our moment on a bipartisan basis.
I don't think Trump knew about the condoms. I think there was a lot that Trump didn't really know that was going on. He was battling special prosecutors over your Russia hoax, Moskowitz.
Oh, Jesse, so Donald Trump didn't know about that? And you start with the premise of the lie, which $50 million was not going to Hamas. You ran with that for condoms. You ran with that for weeks to try to justify gutting the entire government. You were caught lying about that. And so now when it turns out that it was contraception to Mozambique and Donald Trump was involved in it, he must not have known about it. I like that Jared Moskowitz was pushing back, but he keeps on doing it. So here, Jesse Waters talks about how, you Democrats are driving everything into the ground. And Moskowitz is like, what are you talking about? Republicans ran Congress last term. Y'all are in charge right now. What are you talking about? Watch this move. It's brilliant. Play it.
You're not going to be able to do it by CR anymore, because if you do it by CR, then what we're really saying is, okay, look, DOJ says they found all this fraud, waste, and abuse. If you do it by CR, you're going to refund all of that stuff.
All right, listen,
so we're going to have to do it with
Congress
individual
can't cut
bills.
any money. You can't do it. You've driven this country into a $36 trillion hole. Someone else has to take charge. Okay? We did it your way.
Well, the
it doesn't
Republicans are
work
completely
your way.
in charge, Jesse.
It doesn't work.
And then Congressman Moskowitz strikes again when Jesse Waters is like, you guys are out there protesting and acting all crazy. Why all Americans think you support fraud. By the way, that's the entire, Jesse Waters gave away the whole game plan right there. As if they flood the zone with all of these lies and then shut down the government, and then Democrats protest the fact that Republicans are trying to gut essential things. Then Republicans like, oh, look, Democrats support fraud. Watch what Moskowitz does here. It's brilliant. Play the clip.
In order to solve America's debt crisis, you're going to have to do that in Congress. It's not going to happen in the executive branch.
All right, well, so what? Let the lawyers figure it out. You guys can let the lawyers battle it out in the courts, but why do you guys go out there and sing songs and act crazy and look like you're pro-waste, fraud, and abuse? You know, every American now thinks the Democrats are defending waste, fraud, and abuse.
Well, look, what do you want us to do? Storm the Capitol? I mean, that's already been done. Right?
That's our job. That's our job. Leave that to us, Moskowitz. No, but
But it wasn't just Moskowitz flipping the script. You also had AOC. Watch how she brilliantly kind of flipped the script here, where you had Laura Ingraham brings on the border czar, Tom Homan, and they talk about fantasizing, or maybe they believe this is real, to their audience about Tom Homan and the Department of Justice and FBI are locking up AOC and arresting AOC because she's informing migrants about their rights through live streams that she's doing. Play the clip.
Anymore. But Tom, you got AOC out there, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Congresswoman, putting out a webinar, doing a webinar to help illegals avoid, I guess, apprehension, giving tips about how to continue to remain in the country and ultimately game the system.
And I sent an email today to the Deputy Attorney General. At what level is that impediment? Is that impediment? I'm not an attorney. I'm not a prosecutor. Is that impediment? Is that impeding our law enforcement efforts? If so, What are we going to do about it? Is she crossing the line? So I'm working with the Department of Justice and finding out where is that line that they cross. So maybe AOC is going to be in trouble now, but I need the AOG to opine on that. But because there's impediment is impediment, in my opinion. I'm not a prosecutor, but we need some further guidance on that. But again, if we have to take every federal dollar out of the city, we'll do it. I mean, we're done.
And look at AOC's response. And by the way, she started fundraising off this as well. Quote, maybe she's going to be in trouble now, right? Aren't these MAGAs like the people who would like tattle on you? Aren't they just in the image of the petulant third grade bully? Frankly, no offense to petulant third grade bullies, because these people are even more immature and worse. And then AOC goes, maybe he can learn to read. The Constitution would be a very good place to start. So let's talk about what's going on as well. So Fox then has on as their guests Mayor Eric Adams with Tom Homan. Remember, Tom Homan called for AOC to be arrested. And here, Tom Homan and Mayor Eric Adams just brag out in the open about the quid pro quo deal where the Trump corrupt Justice Department would dismiss the charges against Adams if Adams did whatever Donald Trump wanted him to do. Here, play this clip.
If he doesn't come through,
you're up early anyway.
If he doesn't come through, I'll be back in New York City, and we won't be sitting on the couch. I'll be in his office, up his butt, saying, "Where the hell is the agreement we came to?" So,
I want ICE to deliver, and I want ICE to deliver. We're going to deliver for the safety of the people of this city.
To which AOC responds or reposts, "Yeah, this is an illegal quid pro quo." She also says, this is explosive. Mayor Adams is putting the city of New York and its people at risk in exchange for escaping charges. As long as Trump wields this leverage over Adams, the city is endangered. We cannot be governed under coercion. If Adams won't resign, he must be removed. Adams, there was ample evidence of his criminality and corruption. And how do we know this? Not only did the DOJ repeatedly say this, but the Republican DOJ officials who resigned en masse, by my counting now, 7, 8 top DOJ people resigned. The acting United States attorney in New York for the Southern District of New York resigned because she said that cutting a deal with Adams to dismiss without prejudice the criminal charges in response for him doing Trump's bidding, she said that's unethical, it's illegal. I won't do that as a prosecutor. So she resigned. Others in her office resigned. The head of the Public Integrity Division resigned. Resignations all over the place there as well. Democrats fighting back there, though, and exposing and showing what's going on here. As our friend over at Decoding Fox News and her team explains, I'm sure all these folks on Fox News came up with the exact same talking points at the same time. I don't know about you, but when I'm hanging out with my friends and my family, we talk about toilets and water pressure. So Fox knows inflation is surging, prices are up, housing is less affordable, things are not looking good in the American economy right now. We are heading towards a recession. That's where things are, or worse right now. So what do? Oh, Donald Trump's so smart with the way he talks about toilets and water. Watch this coordinated attempt to distract. Play this clip.
Dana, he's definitely going to do the annoying toilets that you have to flush 5 times to get it to actually flush, right? He hates that, too. He hates those toilets.
Remember in the first term, he said, why is the water so low in the toilet? He goes, yeah, because the new way people say, he said, the water's too low. He's like, people need more water in their toilets. This is the stuff
people actually talk about.
Right. Think about, like, Trump, the 90-10 issues, shower heads, toilet flushing, dishwashers. These are all visceral things that you kind of go like, oh, I know paper straws suck.
Then Laura Ingraham, as Decoding Fox News explains, thought she was insulting Maxine Waters and said someone needs to wash her mouth out with soap. Just think about what a disgusting thing for that is for Laura Ingraham to say about a distinguished Congresswoman. Wash her mouth out with soap? Here, play this clip.
Are you planning on visiting D.C. anytime soon? Well, if so, you should bring an extra bar of soap so someone can wash Mad Maxine's mouth out with it.
Elon Musk, where are you? Bring your
over here. We know that you are the co-president now. I want you to follow very closely what he's doing. He's a thief. He's a gangster.
But it's always interesting, too, because Fox has to, at least acknowledge the reality that prices are going up. Egg prices are soaring, although they try to just say, oh, it's not Trump's fault. This isn't Trump's fault. This is just like being thrust upon him, like COVID again. Poor Donald Trump. Let's make him play the victim. Play it.
Egg prices are soaring. Last week, the average wholesale price for large white shell eggs reached $8 for a dozen. This is wholesale. Retail, it's higher than this. The previous all-time wholesale price was $5.46 back in December 2022. How much are eggs retail right now?
Right now, probably $11, $12, $13, $14. Which ones you want? Brown eggs, you want free-range eggs, et cetera, But they're in the low teens right now.
I've never seen anything like that. Well, $14 for a dozen eggs.
They're killing the chickens.
Yeah.
And
because of bird flu, right?
Because of bird flu. Now, let's ask the $64 trillion question. Is this another COVID crisis to greet President Trump?
Wow.
And we don't know that.
I'm getting anxiety already. You just stuck your finger in it. Tell us.
January 25th.
And then you have Kellyanne. I was going to call her Kellyanne Conway. Kayleigh McEnany. Very similar people, I suppose. And here she is just using buzzwords again. All right. Oh, my God. People are unhappy right now. What do I do? Hunter Biden, crossfire, border. Just say words. Here, play this clip.
Then you get to the abuse. Crossfire hurricane, Russia, the Hunter Biden laptop, Lois Lerner, the Tea Party scandal, FBI, Catholics, pro-lifers. We could scroll the whole hour. The abuse, that all costs taxpayer dollars. This is a goal.
Fox list items that have that will have raised prices as a result of the Trump tariffs. But then while they're reporting on this, they're telling their audience, but Doge is finding all of this fraud. Everything is good. Dude, there's a $4.5 trillion tax cut for billionaires. $4.5 trillion as they cut $880 million in Medicaid, about $250 million for agriculture, and about $350 million for education. That's what's really up. That's what's really going on. But here's their list. Let's play it.
Spending that the government has done, both Republicans and Democrats alike, and thank God for Doge. They're looking at waste, fraud, and abuse. Just got access to Treasury payment accounts to showcase all of the fraud going on, billions and billions of dollars. They're already saving billions of dollars a day. We have to look at spending. We have to look at tax cuts as well. But it's very important. There are multiple factors that go into inflation. We have to recognize that and try to fight our way forward and grow the economy in a way that wages grow with the challenges we have ahead, and that people can afford eggs and gas again. We can't do that right now until we fix the system.
Yeah, we were just looking. There's the chart right here. You can see the inflation increasing right there. Oh, and then they call up the most arrogant 100 millionaire, you guys worth over $100 billion that I've ever seen, Scott Bessent. And Scott Bessent talks about here, look, prices may go, like he has this like grin that he does, because prices may go up. We don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you're as rich as Scott Bessent, I guess you can be as arrogant as that. Play this clip.
A lot of trade. Joining me now, just back from his trip to Ukraine, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Mr. Secretary, now the usual suspects are asking, why won't the tariffs, if they're raised, create inflation? And to that you say?
Well, Laura, during the great inflation of 22, 23, all we heard was that it was transitory. The ultimate transitory hit is if prices go up, and I'm not sure they will, because a huge amount is absorbed by the currency, big amount is absorbed by the foreign producer, but if they do, we could see a one-time slight increase, and it would be very slight, and vis-a-vis inflation, relative to everything else President Trump is doing, lowering energy costs, deregulating, and common sense policies, inflation is going to go down overall.
Well, if other countries retaliate, prices may go up. This is the Wall Street Journal's point.
So out of touch, so ridiculous. Anyway, let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers. Thanks for watching.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.